MHS holds homecoming week. The MILAB Innovation Center makes some magic. And fall sports are coming to an end. This is MET News. Hi and welcome to MET News. I'm Lila Peddie. Let's get right to the lead. Middleborough High School held the first fully in-person homecoming week in 2 years. Here's highlights on the exciting events. Up next, we take you inside the MILAB, but first, here's MET Sports with Kaylynn Provonche.
Thanks, Lila. The Middleborough Sachem football team faced off against the Rockland Bulldogs on October 15th. On Thursday, October 21st, the team played Abington, which ended in a very close score, but we unfortunately lost 30-28. JV football also took on Abington. Let's take a look at some highlights. On Friday, October 29th, the varsity football team played Bridgewater Raynham at the MHS Stadium. They won the game with a final score of 22-6. We are awaiting the team's exciting advancement to playoffs this year. On October 12th, the girls' soccer team faced New Bedford High School. They took home the win with a score of 4-0. Great job. October 19th, the girls' soccer team faced Norwell High School. It was a great game, but they lost 0-2. As the girls' varsity soccer team wraps up their season, their record continues to improve. On Thursday, October 7th, the ladies traveled to Mashpee. Shauna Gallagher had an amazing goal, but unfortunately Mashpee was able to get through the Sachem's defense, tying the game 1-1. On Tuesday, October 12th, another home game took place against New Bedford, resulting in a shutout with a 4-0 win. The ladies had strong defense the whole game, allowing the offense to take advantage of many goal opportunities. On Friday, October 15th, the Sachems traveled to Abington High and had another shutout. The offense was able to finish with 5 goals. The final result of the game was a 5-0 win. On Tuesday, October 19th, the varsity girls had a home game against Norwell. They were able to hold Norwell for the first half with a tied score of 0-0. Norwell then came back in the second half, finishing with 2 goals. The final score was a 0-2 loss. On Thursday, October 26th, Middleborough faced East Bridgewater in an away game. The final score was a 1-4 loss. The ladies came back stronger, having an away game against New Bedford on Saturday, October 30th. The Sachems had an amazing game with a score of a 3-1 win. On October 31st, the girls had their last home game against BR. The ladies played a well-fought game, but ended up short with a final score of 3-0 loss. Great job, girls. On Saturday, October 9th, the varsity boys soccer team played New Bedford in a hard-fought game that unfortunately ended in a 0-5 loss. The boys came back with a win on October 13th, crushing Randolph with a win of 5-1. Thursday, October 14th, the boys ended a game against Abington, tying the score 2-2. The following week, the team unfortunately lost their game against Norwell on Tuesday, October 19th, with a loss of 0-5. On Thursday, October 21st, they played East Bridgewater and lost 0-6. The team played West Bridgewater on Tuesday, October 26th, but sadly suffered another loss of 0-1. The boys had their last game of the season on October 31st against Apponequet, which they tied 1-1. Good job, boys. As the boys and girls cross-country teams get to the final weeks of their season, they continue on with their strong record. Let's check out some highlights from their meet at Cohasset. The boys are finishing off their season strong, winning 2 meets and losing 1. The boys won against Cohasset 22-35 and also won against Rockland, winning the meet 19-37. However, in their final meet against Norwell, the boys lost 23-35. The girls faced their first loss of the season, losing by 1 point, 27-28. The girls won 18-41 on their senior night against Rockland. Finally, at their meet against Norwell, they lost 27-32. At the cross-country league meet that took place on October 31st, the girls were the overall winners with 8 out of the top 15 JV girls being from Middleborough, and Madison Hancock taking the top spot in the varsity race, setting the course record. She, along with 3 others, were in the top 15 of the varsity race. Congratulations to the girls in this season. As for the boys team, Middleborough came in second of the league. During the JV boys race, Middleborough's Atlee Finley swept the first place spot. In the varsity race, 3 Middleborough boys placed in the top 15. On October 6th, the varsity field hockey team played Norwell, with the game ending in a tie of 0-0. The team then traveled to play Apponequet on October 8th, which ended in another tie of 1-1. On October 12th, they played Bishop Stang, where they sadly lost, resulting in a score of 0-2. They then played against Carver on October 15th, taking home the win, scoring 3-0. On October 16th, they played a home game against Cohasset, losing 0-3. They then played Cohasset again on October 19th, which ended with a score of 0-1. On October 20th, the varsity field hockey team played East Bridgewater, winning the game with a score of 1-0. On October 22nd, the team traveled to play Mashpee, winning 1-0. They then played Bridgewater Raynham on October 25th, resulting in a 3-1 win. Later that week, on October 29th, the team once again played against Bridgewater Raynham, winning the game 1-0. For the final game of the season, the girls played against Sandwich on October 31st, losing with a final score of 0-4. Great season, girls. On Wednesday, October 6th, the Sachems faced Cohasset on their own course. The team had an amazing job, finishing on top with a final score of 103-94 win. The next day, the team traveled to East Bridgewater. The Sachems had a rough time on East Bridgewater's course and ended up falling short with a final score of 87-132 loss. On Tuesday, October 12th, the Sachems took in Norwell at their home course. The Sachems had a hard time getting their expected score and ended up losing 69-106. On October 13th, the Sachems traveled to Apponequet. The match was high scoring, but the Sachems ended up just falling short, losing with a final score of 300-280. Their final match was against Mashpee. Middleborough girls volleyball season ended on Saturday, October 30th. Let's look at the scores from their most recent games. The varsity girls volleyball team faced a tough loss, losing 0-3 to Rockland High School on October 8th. The girls played Norwell High School again on October 14th, putting up a tough fight but eventually falling short, losing 0-3. They also continued their games, playing Apponequet on October 15th, resulting in a loss 0-3. The girls continued their fight, playing Durfee High on October 18th, but ended up losing 1-3. The girls also played East Bridgewater again after playing them early in the beginning of the season, putting up a great fight, but just falling short, losing 1-3. Volleyball played their first home match of the season at the new MHS gym against New Bedford on Monday, October 25th. The atmosphere was electric, but unfortunately the Sachems came up just short, losing 2-3. On Friday, October 29th, the team played against Bridgewater Raynham in their last home game, losing 0-3. For the last game of the season, the team played against Dorothy on Saturday, October 30th, which resulted in a final score of 0-3. Great job, girls. On Wednesday, October 13th, Unified Basketball had their first game against Plymouth North. Congratulations to our team for winning the first match of the season. Let's see some of the highlights of the game. Starting off with a steal by Shane Hathaway. Darren Burke sinks the first shot, followed by Kevin Heading. Daniel Jackson does great on offense. Evan Adelman shows off his moves on the court. Excellent 2-3 defense, led by the one and only Daniel Jackson. Steal from Plymouth North by Darren Burke, giving Shane Hathaway the perfect shot. Faith Williams dribbles and shoots, but it bounces off the rim, caught on the rebound by Shane Hathaway, putting Middleborough in the lead. Sachems take a moment to congratulate themselves, then resume. Jaden Ligario races down the court, dodging players left and right. Olivia Sacchetti makes a pass to Braden Dwyer, who throws to Shane Hathaway, leading to the winning basket.
New to MHS is the MILAB, which is the new innovation fabrication space. Here is Julie with more.
In our building, we have the MILAB, where students are able to utilize a variety of new technologies to create hands-on products. I got to talk to Mr. Cupie, who's the teacher behind it all.
The Innovation Lab helps facilitate lots of technology, such as 3D printers, laser cutters, CNC technology, and traditional machinery to fabricate a wide variety of products. From prototypes to actual objects, and they can be then something that students take home, or they can hopefully market and sell.
Mr. Cupie has been working in and around technology and furniture making for the past 15 years. As a former MHS graduate, he's now back after working at Mashpee High School.
My role with the Innovation Lab is to help facilitate bringing the lab to life, really, and there's a lot of machinery that's going to be brought into the lab. So right now we have 6 3D printers, we have a laser cutter, and we have some woodworking tools. So the whole vision of the Innovation Lab is that we're going to be able to build prototypes of things, draw them on 3D parametric software such as Fusion 360 and Onshape. And after doing that, we can prototype them using the 3D printers, laser cutters, and we also will be receiving a CNC machine. Students have already started using the technology in the room. They've already 3D printed some objects, and they've begun using the laser cutter, which became operational this week. So they have started engraving different types of materials such as wood and acrylic, and that has a lot of applications as well, that they can take signage that they like, symbols, and put it to different materials and see how the laser works. As well as some woodworking machinery, we've already begun to build a rolling cart for the AIMS program to help with food preparation. I think the most exciting thing about the Innovation Lab is that it's bringing new technology to Middleborough that is in so many ways applicable to the world today, and helping students realize the different avenues that this technology can have in their lives and with jobs. So 3D parametric technology is used every day in manufacturing to design products and build prototypes. So that's an avenue that I think is really exciting, as well as just building things and working with your hands. I think it's a really valuable skill for students to have as they go throughout their high school career. It may not be something that they want to do after they get out, but being exposed to that, it could open doors that they never even thought were possible.
The MILAB is such an amazing resource, and I encourage all students at MHS to check it out. If you have any questions, you can email Mr. QP. You can also follow the MILAB on Instagram at MILAB_MHS. This has been Julie from MET News.
On Friday, October 15th, sophomore students of MHS spent the day in Boston to walk the Freedom Trail. Here they hit some key spots that led to America we know today. Students presented at historical moments on the trail, starting in front of the State House and ending at Faneuil Hall. Let's check some highlights caught throughout the trip. Junior Kaylynn Provonche is raising awareness about Best Buddies, an international organization whose mission is to break down social barriers between those with and without disabilities. Let's check out what she and the Middleborough Best Buddies chapter has to say about it.
Best Buddies was great and awesome.
Best Buddies is amazing.
And it's an amazing club that I think you guys should be in.
Best Buddy awesome!
Best Buddies is inclusive and it's a great experience.
Best Buddies is a place where everyone can meet new people and make new friends.
It's an awesome, fantastic place for people of all different abilities.
I like Best Buddies. It made me feel happy, excited.
Best Buddies makes me feel really happy and enjoyable.
I overall enjoy being in Best Buddies.
Best Buddies makes me feel included with a group of people, having fun and making new friends.
Really welcomed, even though I'm not like the most fantastic person.
It's science!
Kaylynn is encouraging students of MHS to join her at the 2021 Best Buddies Friendship Walk in Boston. It's a fundraising event where proceeds go towards integrated employment across the country. We at MHS have raised awareness and made our way to the top 5 teams of walkers. As one of the top teams, all members will be featured on the Best Buddies website. The event will take place on October 30th, so there's still time if you want to register. If you want to join, reach out to Kaylynn for instructions. Now for a spooktacular Sachem Say special, where we asked MHS students some Halloween-themed Would You Rather questions.
I'd rather sleep in a coffin.
Sleep in a coffin.
I think I'd rather live in a giant pumpkin because I don't like to be locked in closed spaces.
I'd have to say the coffin.
I'd rather sleep in a coffin because pumpkins rot, and I don't want to live in a rotten house.
Spooky abandoned house. I feel like that'd be more adventurous. More what's around the corner, what's next, you know what I mean?
Those are both very scary, but I think I would walk through a graveyard because it's quicker than sleeping.
I would rather walk through a graveyard at night because I can get that over quicker, so.
Walk through the graveyard because I could not spend a whole night in a haunted house. That's horrifying.
I would rather walk through a graveyard because I feel like it would be a faster option. Get it over with. Good spirits too, not just bad.
Carve a jack-o'-lantern.
Carve a jack-o'-lantern.
Carve jack-o'-lanterns.
Dunk for apples. I'm not artistic enough to carve a pumpkin. That's too much work.
I would rather dunk for apples because I feel like I would be good at it, but I'm not sure if I would be, but yeah.
Apple cider.
Eat a donut.
Eat a warm donut.
Warm donut.
I would rather eat a warm donut.
Funny.
A scary costume.
A funny costume.
Funny costume.
I'd rather dress up in a funny costume.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of MET News. I'm Lila Peddie. Have a great night.